Good morning. Is your attitude in life rock solid confidence? Even if the whole world is shaking, rock solid confidence. Yes. There you see Soder. Rock solid confidence. We have beautiful sky this morning. Rock solid confidence. An amazing sky. About half an hour ago, we captured it on Instagram. If you have friends who use Instagram, you can find the Instagram connection in the attached description to this post, and you can share it with them so that they can see the incredible sky we had this morning. I hope the Instagram video turned out well, because I just got confirmation from a viewer that there was something funny happening. The screen was constantly fading out, and I don't know why that was. And one viewer said to me it had stopped a number of times. So that means it did continue, but I don't know what the reason was. I'm still learning about these things. So rock solid confidence. Hey guys, I have a little rock for you to take home next time you come. You know, one of these rocks, you can choose one, put it in your bag. You know, I just want to see the size of these rocks. There's a tree and there's the rock. So you pick your rock. You'll obviously have to talk to the airline company. Rock solid confidence. You know, there you have your trees, and here you like they go up pretty high, but look at the size of this rock, you know. This rock is as big as a car. Well, there's another big one out there that I had never noticed before because the trees were covering it. Look at that rock out there. Look here. Let's go out there sometime. Check it out. That's a big rock. Come on, guys. That's a big rock. Look at it. Right there in the center of the screen. Rock solid confidence. Oh, I just lost all of the commentary coming in the feed. I touched something with my finger and it slipped over to the side. And now I don't know how to get it back. Well, that's okay. I trust you're saying nice things. Oh, there's the sunrise. I'm going to climb up on this rock solid confidence. Look at the sun coming up. So now I'm on top of that big rock. Not the one outside there, but the one here. Look at that sunrise. Ain't that beautiful? Soder is up here on the rock with me. We just got to check this out. Come on, Soder, where are you? Well, it's too busy for me. We can't miss this sunrise. The beauty of a sunrise. And we just had the beauty of an incredible dawn. And we tried to capture that on Instagram. Look at that sky. Beautiful pattern of cloud. Today, it's exactly 1 year since we inaugurated Magdala. Now we're quite a way south of the site, so I can't show you the guest house, but you know what it's like. You've seen it many times. And imagine our great confidence inaugurating Magdala, and then 4 months later it's closed down. Come on, give me a break. Look at this, you know, we were so confident and so blessed, so grateful after so many people helped us, you know. Now it's all ready, set, go. You know, everything is set up, so much work done, and it's as solid as that mountain. Well, no, 4 months later it closed down. Why? Because all the things in this earth are shaky, and yet we can have rock solid confidence. It's as shaky as our health. You know, you can be feeling fantastic. You could be walking out of the medical clinic and the doctor says, don't come back to me for another year. You're in great shape. And the following week, a tumor is discovered. Rock, solid confidence. But all this effort, all the benefactors, all the workers, all the office staff, all the support staff, all the hiring of receptionists and managers and food and beverage and chefs and kitchen staff, and agencies are informed and guides are informed, and everybody knows Magdala is open exactly 1 year ago today, the formal inauguration of the guest house. And then 5 months later it's closed down. Thankfully there's government support for employees. How long that can continue is also a question, you know. Even with very social-minded political arrangements, policies, it can't go on forever. So where is our rock-solid confidence? Wow, look at that, people. Let's do that again, okay? Retake. Oh, there my rock solid confidence. You see, there's another one. Rock solid confidence, people. Let's get that in the sunlight. How many times have you told people, I'll be there. I'll be at your wedding. You know, rock solid confidence, we exude it a lot. But there's a lot of stuff that we're confident about that we cannot be confident about because it ain't rock solid. There are things going on that we don't know about. You know, there could be an earthquake brewing right now along here because we're on the fault between the Arabian plate and the African plate. Tectonic plates. Ain't that beautiful, people? See, all the green is coming. Again, we saw there that one of those plants there, look down there how much green is coming on that plant as it's blossoming, it's blooming again, or blossoming, blooming, or leafing. Let me see here if I can get it for you. See, these are growing again. Little green is coming. I get closer, we'll see it more in detail. Because some of them have been green all the time, so I don't want you to get confused there. So the readings today are very, very wonderful and powerful in this regard. Because they said, don't get worried about the news, that's the chatter that's out there about insurrections and wars and pandemics. Do you ever hear of pandemic before? And it's not just in the history books you heard about it, people. We're in a pandemic, you know? We're living according to the rules of pandemics. So don't fear about these things coming and going. And take care of your health, but don't be fearing about it, and don't be rock solid confident about it because your health is so fragile. A small little virus thing can knock us out, you know. Guys, isn't that just amazing? It's great to be humble. And part of humility is to realize that I don't run the world and I don't hold the universe in my hand, somebody else does. And the universe is not rock solid. We have the universe while we have it, and we have this weather while we have it, and tomorrow it can be very different, even this afternoon. While some people were speaking about how the temple was adorned with costly stones, we're in Luke 21, and votive offerings, Jesus said, all that you see here, the days will come when there will be not left a stone upon a stone that will not be thrown down. You know, the temple was a pretty serious thing. It was the most beautiful temple of the Roman Empire. And what confidence the people had in their temple. You know, in the first temple destruction, the people were saying, oh, it can't be destroyed. There's no way. The prophets are wrong. You know, we can just live the way we want. We can ignore God. And they thought that because God lived in the temple that it was rock solid. Everything on this earth is provisional. Except faith, hope, and charity. If they will last, they will carry us into eternity. And love is what will really last. Because faith won't be needed anymore when we're in heaven. And hope won't be needed anymore because we already possess it. But love will always be there. And Jesus said, all that you see here, the days will come when not a stone will be left upon another stone. Everything will be thrown down. And that's what the archaeology is telling us all over the world, especially in the Middle East. All the kingdoms that went before. Imagine Megiddo, like there's something like 26 or 25 layers of civilizations on top of each other. Many of those people thought that they were there for good, you know. Well, they're there in the archaeology for good, if you can find it. And Jesus said, see that you not be deceived, for many will come saying in my name, I am he, the time has come. Do not follow them. When you hear of wars and resurrections, do not be terrified. You know, that's it. Do not be terrified. And where's that rock solid faith? I mean, it's not, you know, let's say you're walking out in the mountain up there, you know, like that ragged mountain and way back in the time, and you're there with a couple of friends, you know, and next thing there's a big bear. Well, who doesn't get scared? Or there's a lion. Who doesn't get scared? Or we get the word from the doctor that there's cancer. It's worse than a lion because it's inside of us. Or a virus. Much worse than corona. They exist too. So, you see, this is all about rock solid confidence in life. And this is one of the great, great benefits, blessings, gifts of a life of faith. Do not be afraid. Do not be terrified when the next news item comes up. And we're reporting about this hurricane. Of course, take the measures you need. Board up the windows. Or whatever you're supposed to do in a hurricane or a tornado or a typhoon or a tsunami. Say your prayers as well. The forces of nature are so amazing. We're so small, and sometimes we set ourselves up on an imaginary rock solid fortress, and it's going to crumble with the slightest little earthquake. Health earthquake, financial earthquake. And yet we can live with rock solid confidence. That's how the martyrs went up on the execution spot serenely, asking forgiveness for their enemies. What confidence. Today we're celebrating martyrs from Vietnam in the 1700s, 1800s. Rock solid confidence. Oh, that's a nice spot. We got the water right down here to the sunlight down to our feet here almost. Let's read the beautiful lines. This is a great place to do this. Exactly, this is a fantastic place. There are beautiful lines in the Psalm. I love the Psalm. This Psalm is Psalm 96. I'm going to go right into the middle of it. And it happened this morning during the Instagram post. All of a sudden, I was just going to read this line, and it said, "Let the heavens be glad and the earth rejoice." Look at how glad that sky is. Let the heavens be glad and the earth rejoice. But it was totally red. There were little bits of cloud, not so much visible where I was positioned. And they were just beautiful, pink, red, just brilliant. Let the heavens rejoice and the earth be glad. Let the sea and what fills it resound. Can you hear the waves down here? It's not a mighty Atlantic Ocean or Pacific Ocean, but this water is very audible, for me at least. Let the heavens rejoice and be glad and the earth rejoice. Let the sea and what fills it resound. You know, the pounding of the huge waves in the ocean at the shore. Let the plains be joyful and all that is in them. Then shall the trees of the forest exult. And why are they exulting? Why are they rejoicing? Because the Lord comes to judge the earth with equity, with justice. There's going to be real justice. And there can be people doing all the evil they want and imagine, but the Lord is coming to judge the earth with justice. And this is the rock-solid confidence. As hard as rock. These rocks have taken a lot of beating over thousands of years from stormy moments on the Sea of Galilee. And so has the church, so has the faith community. Such beatings, such persecutions, such martyrdoms. God's people have been tested in this way through the millennia. And these rocks have survived smashing of waves, thunder and lightning, earthquakes. Well, they probably moved out there because of an earthquake, you know. But even the earthquakes don't ruin us. They could ruin our home, they could ruin our property, they could ruin, they can even be the cause of life being taken. And we still have rock solid confidence because the Lord comes to judge the earth with equity. People can deceive. There can be tons of fake news. There can be massive deceit on national and international levels. There can be extraordinary violence and injustice. But do not be afraid. God comes to judge the earth. And then in the book of Revelation, you know, this time in Europe and the Western world, it's the time of harvest. And these themes have been very much developed in November, and the liturgy is so organized that we have the readings of, at the end of the liturgical year, the readings of the end of times, the readings of harvest imagery. And God comes to judge the earth and do the harvest. Now, sometimes people get tremendously excited about the readings we have there in the Apocalypse today, the book of Revelation, with the angels with the sickles in their hands, ready to harvest. Like you come with a scissors and you little shears and you take some of these flowers to put in a vase and you cut them off. You know? And these sickles are used for harvesting. They're used for harvesting grain. Actually, you know, it's funny, but when I was a child, there were still sickles hanging in our barn. They were no longer used. But I imagine then that in my grandfather's childhood, and before that, a sickle was a very important instrument. A sickle is a knife-like tool that's hooked around, so it's knife all the way around, and the short handle on it, and the people were down on their knees and they were crouched down. They were cutting the grains, the barley, the oats, the wheat, the rye. And the sickle was the harvesting tool. And imagine to come with a sickle. When I was a child, when I was old enough and I was allowed to be able to ride on the tractor with the fellow cutting the hay or the silage, and to watch the blade, you know, moving with such speed over and back, and it was mowing down the grass. And I could see a thistle coming, and then I was so happy when it got mowed down, because we didn't like thistles to go to seed, because they would produce lots of more thistles. And that was not a very nice idea on the farm. So you could see the nettles being cut down, and also the grass, of course, because you were harvesting the grass. So the sickle, and then there are 3 angels with the sickles, and they're going to come to harvest the world, to harvest humanity. And some people can get very shocked with this image, and just let's reason a little bit about it for a second. How many people live in the world today? Well, about 7 billion, I think, right? So, how long do people live? What's life expectancy in our world, in our times? And it has climbed, you know, and I'm not sure how high it is now, but thanks be to God, there's a lot of relief for suffering people in famine. And thanks be to God, there can be an awful lot more to fix those situations more definitively, so that people don't have to die from hunger. Then there's a lot of great progress with health care worldwide. Thanks be to God. And then there's a lot of other things, you know, maybe better quality living and so forth. But nevertheless, if maximum life expectancy, let's say, is 70, I'm not sure if it's that high. There are people obviously who can live to more than 100, but a lot of people die before that. So how many people die every day? And I can do my math in a rough way, okay? If there's 7 billion people, that means every 10 years there are going to be 1 billion dying, if life expectancy is that high. I don't think it's that high, because still a lot of people die much younger. So that means that every 10 years 1 billion people die. That means every year 100 million people die. And just let's up that to 104 million, just for the sake of easy math. So that means that every week 2 million people die on the face of the earth. 2 million people every week. Many countries don't have 2 million people. And then let's go further and let's say, okay, that means every day about almost 300,000 people die every day. Now that's a lot of people dying, okay? And that's just pure rational reflection about it. So when the angel is coming with the sickle, it's happening every day. We don't have to lose our head over this. We just have to get real and realize that as rock solid as I think I am, any moment, any virus can take me out, or any earthquake, or any accident, or some mistake. So then, where's my rock solid confidence? And Jesus says, do not be afraid. Do not worry. The Lord is coming to judge the world with justice, with equity. This is the importance of faith. And many people are in a different way with faith. I mean, they don't believe in God. And other people have a lot of doubts in their faith. And maybe we all have moments of questioning and understanding our faith better, and realizing also that faith is a very precious, fragile gift. So I just suggest to you today that we develop our faith more, that we pray more, that we put our trust in God. Lord, I trust in you. Increase my faith, increase my trust. And then a person of faith can be a great benefit to a community in the midst of great difficulties and sufferings and pain. People, isn't this just beautiful? Ain't that just glorious? What a sky. Somebody write a poem, please. Sing a song. Play an instrument. Yeah, birds, you came in. Wow. Hey, beautiful timing there, little bird. And then on the water. You have it on the sky and in the water. People, it's been an absolute delight with you today. Thank you so much for joining. Let's grow in our faith. Let's ask for the grace to grow in our faith. Let's respond to our faith. Let's behave according to our faith. Let's encourage the faith of others in a very gentle, kind, good way like the Lord does with us. Thank you so much. God bless you. See you. Oh, I forgot I didn't check all the notes you sent in yesterday about what we need to do when I'm on retreat in 2 weeks' time. I already got one very powerful idea. I'll be telling you about it maybe tomorrow if I think. But I'd love to hear your ideas. God bless you. See you later, alligators.